Hello, lovely. Are you comfortable? Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Nicola. How are you? I'm glad to hear it. I'm good, thanks. So, I've been told that your skin's been feeling a little bit uncomfortable, tight, dry, and just not quite right. Is that correct? Alright, well, it's nothing to worry about. I'm sure it's just due to the weather change. We are now going into winter. It's quite cold, windy, wet. And then inside it's quite warm if you've got the heating on and things like that. Okay, it's very common at this time of year. Okay, what I will do for you is have a really good look at your face. Then I can see what's going on, and then I can recommend some treatments or products and things like that to help you through the winter. How does that sound? Good. So, do you have anything on your face? Lovely, so no makeup, no skincare. Perfect. Okay, can you just confirm your name? Thank you. And your date of birth. Okay, so right, stay as you are. I'm just going to have a look, okay, and jot some notes. I can see a little bit of redness in the cheek area and around the nose, okay. Is that normally there, or is it quite a new thing? I thought you might say that. It's a little bit of like winter redness, okay. I'm wondering when I touch if it gets worse, okay, but I'll check that later. Do you normally have sensitive skin? Okay. Looks quite tight around here. Yeah. Your forehead does appear to be tight as well. Okay. Have you been having any burning sensation, any tingling? Alright. Have you noticed any cracking or bleeding or anything like that? Okay, that's good. Okay. I mean, your jawline looks quite nice and smooth. And contrast overall, I don't really see any breakouts, any blemishes or anything like that. It's really good. No blackheads on the chin and not really any on the nose either, which is great. Okay, maybe a tad, little bit of dark circles, but you know, how's your sleep? Okay. Do you drink a lot of water, my lovely? Okay, so we can try and up that a little bit, especially with the weather change. It will help, obviously, hydrate and nourish your skin a little bit more, okay? Lovely. What I'm going to do now is have a look with my light, okay? Now it is very bright, so you might prefer closing your eyes, okay? Alright, you ready? And close your eyes. Just have a little closer look at your cheeks, okay? Yes, quite red, tight, and a slight little bit of flakiness. You can really see it with the light. Yeah, this side is very similar. Under your eyes, dehydrated and a little bit dark. Let's look at your nose. Yeah, I can see that redness around your nose, like here. And pores actually look quite clear. The odd tiny blackhead, but that's all. Chin looks quite smooth. It's not really any blackheads either. Now your lips are looking quite cracked. Are they sore? Yeah, they do look it. Have you been popping anything on it? Okay. Well, your forehead does look tight. There's no redness, but it's quite tight and dehydrated. There's not really any flaking or anything like that. So, your cheeks. Eyes. Okay. No. Forehead texture looks quite dehydrated. Tight. Chin is clear. I'm going to have a look with my magnifying glass now. Okay. Sometimes you can get more irritation a bit further in, and it's not really visible just by looking at it. Okay. So this will pick up any micro irritation or flaking and different things like that. Okay, so let me just wipe over this. That's much better. Okay, you ready? Alright, interesting. Now, on your cheeks, where the redness is and the tightness, I can actually see fine flaking. Okay. Yes, it's not quite come up to the surface. Yeah. No wonder you're feeling quite tight and looking quite red. Yeah. Okay. Now your nose is pretty good. Where the redness is, I can see some flaking though. Alright, a little bit of flaking. But nothing too excessive, okay? Okay. I'm going to look slightly irritated, but not a great deal. Forehead. Yeah, I can really see the dehydration. It's not particularly dry, no, but it's tight because of the dehydration. Yeah, I mean, it's very closely linked, but it does look slightly different. Okay. Okay, so you have some very fine flaking, micro flaking, tight texture, smooth chin, slight irritation. Okay. Good. Now, I'm going to use my purple light, okay? That will show me if there's any dead skin build-up, okay? Any hidden dryness and flaking. And just to see if your skin barrier is struggling or not, okay? So you may want to close your eyes for this one, okay? Okay, I want to use a different one, I think. Yeah, I'm not too sure where it is. There we go. Lovely. Okay, I might have a look with both, but I'll start with this one. Okay, ready? Good. Okay. Can see a little bit of sun damage underneath. And same on your cheeks. When did you last exfoliate? I can tell there's a lot of dead skin built up. Yeah, and I can see quite a little bit of oil on the centre of the nose, which is probably where the few blackheads are. And I can see around your nose area where the redness is, and the slight flaking that I saw with the magnifying glass. This is actually showing it up. Yeah, it's definitely there. That's probably why you've been feeling a little bit funny at the side of your nose. Yes, like that, when you've excessively been blowing your nose from a cold or something, you can get quite irritated. Yeah, it shows. But obviously, from the cold. It does lift your hair. Yeah, I can see that. So you do have some dead skin build up around your hairline. Please make sure that when you are exfoliating, we go right up to the hairline. Alright, try to scrape your hair back. Yeah, okay. Make sure we are doing that, and obviously bringing it down on your neck and chest. Okay. Definitely see some sun damage on your chest. Okay. Alright. Okay, I can definitely see what's going on with your skin, my love. Okay. So I can see dehydrated patches. Let's see the dryness. Okay. And then oil. Okay, so that's that. And I can see forehead, really flaking and tightness underneath. Okay, so we need to really protect that. Jawline is okay, at least affected. Just good. Lips cracked, dry and peeling. Okay, good. Okay. Now I will be wearing gloves, but I just want to touch your face. Just if my hands just start. Okay. Can I touch? Yeah. Okay. Definitely feels dry and tight. Okay. It doesn't feel hot. Doesn't feel cold. Okay. It just feels normal, which is good, because sometimes if we have got dry patches or red, it can feel warm and hot, but yours actually feels okay. Okay, so okay. please, at any time, if you feel any discomfort, please let me know. Okay. Ready? Okay. Yeah, feels fine. Okay. Well, yeah, it's a slight bit, my lovely, but nothing too excessive. It's looking worse because your skin is very dehydrated and even dry in places. That's why you're suddenly feeling it. You're thinking, where have these wrinkles come from? Yeah. Yeah. Is that alright? That's really, really tight. It's definitely going more red with me touching. Is that a little bit uncomfortable? Yeah, I can see why. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very dry, flaky. It's similar to this side. Yeah. Just squeeze together. Yeah, this side's still worse. Okay. Tell me, what have you been using on your face, skincare wise? Okay. That feels so very, very dry. Okay. Can you smile for me? Yeah, that looks really tight. I bet that's quite uncomfortable. Yeah. Okay, relax. Your skin is definitely struggling at the moment, okay, and it's definitely due to winter, alright, the weather change. Yeah, and considering you're not like that normally, it's definitely environmental. Now, what about this time of year normally? Are you normally okay? Okay, well, sometimes when we age, it could be worse. If it's, sharper frost or snow or very turbulent, yeah, like 1 minute's one thing, next thing it's another, and swapping backwards and forwards, that can really have a huge impact. And recently we are seeing quite a lot of fluctuations in the weather. 1 minute it's quite mild, then it's a little bit cooler, and then quite freezing, and backwards and forwards between wind and rain. Yeah, it's a classic kind of reaction. We need to protect it. Alright, my lovely. Yeah, that's what we need to do. And when I'm pressing, you're going, you're quite red. And it is very dry and dehydrated as well. We've got a mix of things going on. Yeah, I mean, there is a dead skin build up, but with your skin the way it is, it's quite sensitive now, and any abrasion or anything like too harsh can really damage your skin barrier. It's already quite weak, so we need to strengthen that skin barrier. We don't want to be breaking it down. Now, I don't want you using anything too harsh either. I don't think that's going to work, like, different kind of acids and things. Even if it's just a liquid, that could be too much for your skin. Okay, so we need to protect it as much as we can, okay, and lather it up. And I will go through things with you in a moment, but this is the kind of thing that we need to help you get through winter, alright, and then after winter we can assess and see where we are at, and if it's changed again, or yeah, so we've got to really look after our skin now, my lovely. There's quite a lot of irritation going on there. I mean, there's a lot of dehydration. Your skin isn't holding it, it's kind of taking it in and just using it all up. And because your skin's quite dry, it's just like drinking it, the moisture, the water, and it's just not doing its job. Yeah, other than that, my lovely, I know you asked about lines and things. You don't have any typical wrinkles. Maybe a slight fine line under the eye, but nothing too excessive. It's very difficult to tell at the moment with all the dryness, dehydration. But if we do leave that not under control, eventually you could get more fine lines. Okay, they can go more deep set, so we want to try and hydrate the skin as much as possible, protect it and heal it. Yeah, to prevent that. I mean, here and here you don't really have anything, it's just looking quite tight there, and when you're smiling it crunches it up a little bit more, than you're thinking, oh, I've aged a lot. But it's all about kind of soothing these areas and hydrating them, and making them supple and smooth. Okay, forehead. Now, I haven't seen your skin without this, but it just looks like it's all down to dehydration, my lovely, and dryness and flaking. It's, not that your skin looks very old. Alright, and as you said, your skin's not normally like this, so it is reacting to the weather, my lovely. Alright. Yeah. It's a very classic reaction. Yeah. Okay. So let me I'm not going to take my gloves off just yet, just in case I do need to touch your face again. Okay, so I'm going to apply a product in a moment, okay? So okay. I'll pop on a special product. Okay, I'm going to see how it absorbs into your skin. Ask you to shake it together. That is going into your skin very fast. Right, let's see how that goes into your skin now. Yeah, that's really soaked in. Can you feel it feels quite dry now? Yeah, so that is very dehydrated. So you definitely have a mixture of things going on, my lovely, okay? So we've got things going on with the texture and your barrier, okay? Definitely got a mix of dehydration, tight texture, dry patches, redness, stressed barrier, and slight irritation in places, okay? So it's definitely due to the winter. Weather, so it's environmental. Yeah, that's completely dried in now. Let's get my light. See, your skin, it doesn't look like I've applied anything. That's how dry and tight it is. Yeah. I'm just seeing if it looks any different. Just going to get my magnifying glass. I'm going to have a look, see if it's kind of helped with the minor patches. Can see it's gone in a little bit, but okay, that's helpful with product choice. Okay. Your skin is healthy, it's just struggling a little bit at the moment due to environmental factors. It's nothing that you've done. Alright, okay, so what we need to do is repair and protect, alright, nourish and hydrate and moisturise. Now, Aveeno has a fantastic range made with oats that will be really good for you. It helps with sensitive skin and it will do everything that it needs to do, and it's not too expensive. Okay, so we need a hydrating cleanser. Alright, nothing foaming, it just needs to be nice and soothing. Something with maybe hyaluronic acid, glycerin, aloe vera, panthenol or something like that. Then you want to use lukewarm water, nothing too cold and nothing too warm. Okay, find that balance. If you are exfoliating, I'd like you to use a paste-like one, maybe like a daily microfoliant by Dermalogica. Use it once a week, just to help remove any dead skin, any flaking and things like that. Alright, then use a face mask if you're going to put those on. Sheet masks, maybe something hydrating, nourishing, moisturising, sensitive skin, something like that. And you can use as many as you like as those in a week, but definitely use on the day you've exfoliated. Okay, then we want to use a thick moisturiser at night, something that's got hyaluronic acid, as ceramide, squalene, something like that. Okay, then the daytime, make sure you're always moisturising before you go out, and then SPF. Okay, so, and we don't want any strong acids or anything like that. Okay, so try and keep it quite minimal just for now. So stick to double cleansing. I've used the Aveeno one, or something like Garnier. They have a hyaluron range, which is amazing. It's hydrating, it's got hyaluronic acid in it, aloe vera, ceramides. It's really nice. And do 2 cleanses and make sure you are cleaning correctly. Alright, then I would say just spritz your skin with maybe a iso skin hypochlorous solution. It's going to help remove any bacteria, help refresh and soothe the pores. Alright, then you want to go in with a serum. Okay, so we're looking at a hydrating serum, and that will be used after you've cleansed. Spritz with iso skin or whatever you're using. Okay, avoid toners, anything too harsh. Okay, we want something nice and gentle. If you are wearing makeup, I would suggest using the Garnier Hyaluron Micellar Water. Okay, it's fantastic. It's great for sensitive skin. It's quite soothing, it's nourishing. It's the best one that they do, in my opinion. Even though others say for sensitive skin, this is the best, and it's probably the safest option for you. Alright, and maybe like a cleansing balm, maybe something like the Beauty Crop or something like that, to help melt off any makeup. That's really nice and smooth and soothing. Alright, and obviously your moisturisers, we're needing them quite thick, even the daytime ones, something that's really going to nourish and protect your skin. Alright, that's why I suggest the Aveeno range, because it's specifically for sensitive, help skin barrier, all that. Okay, so we need to double cleanse, and we need to either skip a toner altogether or use the iso skin pore spray. Okay, then we want a hydrating serum. You could maybe use the Garnier one. That's part of the hyaluron range. You could even try their barrier repair liquid actually as well as a toner instead. See how you get on with that. Okay, we could also go on to then a moisturiser. So I quite like the Midnight range by L'Oreal Paris. Okay, that's really thick moisturiser. It's really thick eye cream. If you are going to be using an eye cream, it's going to be nice and thick as well, something like that. All right, you can also get the hyaluronic serum with them as well. So have a look at the Midnight range, because that'd be also a really good range for you to use. Okay, or we could start off with Aveeno. After Aveeno, we could then maybe go on to using some Garnier and L'Oreal products, or we could go down the Runus line and use something like Dermalogica, Environ, stuff like that. But I'm just a little bit concerned with your skin. We don't want anything too... Some things are overly priced, other things are priced, but they're powerful, if that makes sense. Other things are not very good, and you know what I mean, and they're not good for the skin. So it's just a bit of trial and error. But where it stands at the moment, my lovely, with you, we need to hydrate and protect. They're the big 2 things. Okay, so avoid anything strong, and don't put on any vitamin C, don't put on any, you know, azelaic acid or anything like that. Okay, we want to be just sticking to simple, basic. All right. Yeah, you could do the Aveeno range and then get a hyaluronic serum. That's fine if you want to do that. Use the Aveeno range, then bring in maybe the Garnier hyaluronic acid. Yeah, that's fine. Or you could bring in the Aveeno, then the barrier repair liquid from Garnier, followed by their hyaluron, and then you pop on a moisturiser. Okay, now have a look for sensitive, dehydrated, dry skin. Okay, and then put environmental issue in as well. You'll get all sorts of things come up, and then appropriate products. All right, so I'd really do some research and go from there. All right. Okay, do you have any questions? Okay, so just make sure that you are patting your face when you dry it, don't scrub it. Okay, like I said, nothing too cold, nothing too warm. Make sure you are protecting your skin as much as possible. All right, try not to pick or lean on your face or anything like that. All right, okay, but yeah, you're all right to use makeup as well. Just obviously bear in mind that could be quite drying, but if it's skincare in some of the makeup, that would be really good for you. All right, okay. So, any other questions? All right, you'll be fine. Okay, so I'll see you soon, and it was lovely to meet you, and thank you for coming in, and I hope that helps. But yeah, it's nothing that you'll do, my lovely, it's definitely due to the weather. All right. You're very welcome. I will email everything over to you and the product recommendations and just some tips, and then you can take that on board. All right. You're very welcome. You take care now. Bye-bye.